need y'all to support me right now. Yo, you think that is this too much? Is this too much? Many colors? If I put this blue sweater on, but on a serious note, I think I'm gonna wear it anyway. But on a serious note, um, y'all, support is it starts with being able to support yourself. Like, what can somebody who is unsupported do for you? You know, what can someone who doesn't have a foundation, who doesn't have firm grounding or roots, as Na was saying, what can they truly do for you? Nah, I actually don't like how this look. But in general, once we are able to really connect with self, that knowledge of self, how to take care of ourselves, knowing our body, mind, and spirit, how they're intertwined, and how we need to be able to see these different aspects of us in order to build our conscious, build our higher self, build our Christ conscious, to then be able to say, wow, because I treat myself so well, I'm now able to treat other people well. And I don't believe you treat people how you want to be treated. I believe you treat people, or I'll say, I trust you treat people how you treat yourself. You feel me? So whenever somebody's coming at you, they saying certain things, yada, 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 like, it's really a reflection of how they relating to them. So there's a lot of times, and a lot of brothers who really know me, I will be very stern in the way that I speak, but I also have that accountability with myself as well. You feel me? I hold myself to high standards, so therefore I hold the people around me to high standards. And if you cannot meet those standards, then we probably ain't, we're not equally yoked. And that's just what it is. I don't believe that everyone, or I'll say, I don't like the word belief no more. I don't trust that everybody is meant to come together, because there's always going to be people with different ideologies, with different aspects and views on life, and that's okay. My thing is just to love unconditionally. You feel me? Like, I love myself unconditionally. I love, whether it's the transgender community, whether it's the white community, whether it's the Muslims, the Christians, the Asians. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to just love you, because all of us are growing. I know that every single day I learn something new. I know that every single day I challenge myself in things that I thought I knew, and I am, in a sense, reborn every single day. You feel me? Like, it's almost like a new, it's almost like I'm today old. I'm not no years old. I'm today old, because there are experiences that have gave birth, that have spawned this individual right now, that I'm saying words that I couldn't say yesterday, or at least putting it in ways that I couldn't put it yesterday. So I think the bigger picture for me, right, in people being able to support each other, is really supporting yourself first. And then you will automatically draw in the right people. People will see you, and just based on the way you're moving, it's like, yo, I'm inspired by that. I'm sure there's many people y'all know who are master teachers to you. Or excuse me, there's many people you've never met in your life, but maybe you saw on YouTube, maybe you read a book, and they're like master teachers to you. That is support. You feel me? Like, when we get down to the idea of, I'm supposed to pour out my cup for everybody, that's when we literally have no more to give. And I've been in that position as well. And I'm just in a place right now where, okay, I'm going to focus on the people who I know the Most High is putting in my life, as opposed to feeling like I can save the world. Not to say that I can't. I just know that it takes a process for me to even get myself into a position where I can speak and have that influence on a global scale. There's artists such as a Bob Marley, such as a Stevie Wonder, that just through their music, a Lauryn Hill, has transformed people. And I think that's a very powerful thing. Obviously, it takes a person to receive, because you can listen to music and la 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 la, kind of like a baby, or you can like say, yo, that message resonated with me. I'm going to take that message and combine it with this experience, and now, boom, here I am. And once again, not to put all the credit on the individual or the one who inspired. It's a marriage. It's like how we think of birth. You need that masculine and feminine. I was talking to this brother earlier, trying to invite him, and he was basically saying, oh, is this a room full of hoteps? And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that, my brother? Because if I think if I'm thinking you mean what you mean, you're using the white supremacist version of Hotep as opposed to our traditions, our ancestors from Kemet who laid the foundation for these European societies to even brutalize us, to even what's that word people like to use? Oppress some of us, like and or our ancestors, I'll say, because I think, like Now was saying, I think we're in a day and in an age where we're able to connect in these ways where we're breaking chains, you feel me? But when we talk about, like, even Kanye said the idea of whips and chains, right? Like, even us being able to break all of that down on a conscious basis where it's like, yo, you're literally calling, your car a whip. You're calling your chain, the things that imprisoned your forefathers. And then, we still picking cotton when we want to put on Polo, Ralph Lauren, and then we branding ourselves in that. Like, we have so much that us as individuals can do to support everyone globally because we have so much information, knowledge, and power in here. That doesn't mean that I have to constantly be on somebody's back because, once again, Michael Jackson has influenced more people than all of us in here combined. Not to say that we won't have that level of impact, but Michael Jackson didn't necessarily have to touch everyone, even though they were trying to touch him. You feel me? And I'm not even going to get into any further details on that because that could be misconstrued in many ways. But anyway, the overall point, y'all, is that we have to really unlock that knowledge of self to know, what is my purpose? What did the Creator design within me that nobody else can shed light on? What is my mission on this planet? And then by following your purpose, you will support everybody around you, no matter what they look like, no matter if they agree or disagree with you, because there's many people that I don't necessarily agree with, but I feel the support because it's almost like that polarity helps to form so many of the thoughts and ideas that I have. And I'm like, okay, well, here's how we counteract that hate. Here's how we counteract that abuse. And this is the world we live in. I'm not going to say this is what it should be. No, it is what it is. What are you doing to inspire and make a difference in every single moment of your life? So support, y'all. It starts with self. And I'm very happy to be here because I feel so supported. And as I was telling this brother earlier, we have to be very conscious with certain ideas that we think somebody else may be thinking that may separate us from even having that support. Whether it's, oh, these people are against the LGBTs, or these people are against all white people, or whatever the case. Nah, it's like when we get together and have conversation, not only are we challenging self, but we're challenging each other to say, all right, let's continue to ascend. Let's continue to learn, because every day is a lesson. That is support to me. Education is support to me. So I'm so glad, even when we're talking about the idea of this brother right now who's going through his legal issues. It's like, yes, financial support I think is definitely necessary and powerful in many instances, right? And then also to know that, hey, are any of us ringing his line? What are some other things that we can do to let his spirit know that he is wealthy? You feel me? And for some of y'all, it may be kind of like an over the head concept, but you ever been called and somebody just said, yo, I'm thinking about you, I love you. How's your day going? I've been fortunate enough to have a beautiful family that does that for me. So therefore, you are who you are based on your experiences. So, I would like to offer that first and foremost, because I think it's something that goes unsaid too much for even us to come on to the call and be like, yo, you good? How's your day going? Know you're supported, know you're loved. And it's not just the words, it's the feeling, it's the vibration behind those words. It's the music behind those words. There's one more thing that I want to touch on. Oh, my cousin, we were in Jamaica, right? And basically he was trying to buy weed for more than it was worth based on Jamaican currency. And me, my aunt, and my other aunt are constantly, like, we're in the moment, like, yo, give your money back, don't do it. Yeah, like, and we ended up resolving it. But he gave so much pushback, so much resistance. And it's like, you know, that resistance in a way kind of made me love him a little bit more, because it's like, okay, I care about you enough to say, nah, like if I gotta snatch this shit out your hand and give it back to the man, I will. And then it's also a thing where it's like, we have to be very aware when certain people don't realize that they are making boneheaded decisions. And if it wasn't my cousin, if it was somebody else, if it was one of y'all, I probably would have been said something and then been like, I wash my hands, because you have to learn from this experience. But what I will say is, we have to be open. If we are going to support each other, we also have to be open to being supported and hearing out different opinions that we may not have necessarily processed, because there's so many different perspectives. Everyone in your life is an angel, and your angels show you different angles. So as we get these different angles from each other, embrace it, love it, love yourselves enough to love the people around you. Ashe, ashe, love y'all so much. I'm about to run over to Ralph. I hope y'all pull up tonight. We celebrating the women, the divine feminine, not just in this colonial Women's Month way, in the ancestral way, in the indigenous way. We really calling in the spirits today. And I just love y'all so much. I want you to know that, for real, for real. Everybody who spoke, I got something from, whether I was just in the shower listening to Rosini, whether it was Brother Darnell as I'm scooping up my oatmeal, whether it was Nile as I'm, putting my clothes on. Like, I appreciate y'all, for real, for real. So blessings to everybody. Love you so much.
I say, brother.